Madam Speaker, later this week we'll vote on whether to instruct the Ethics Committee to investigate the relationship between earmarks and contributions from the PMA Group, an organization that is currently under investigation by the U.S. Department of Justice. Last week I offered a broader resolution. This one is specific. At its core is the notion that the House should have a higher standard of conduct than whether or not a member can be indicted or convicted. The broader resolution gained the support of 182 members, a substantial number, but still short of passage. Let me make an appeal to the newer members of this body, those who have been elected in the past few election cycles. Most of you campaigned on principles of good government, that Congress should take its Article I power seriously, that we should be careful and deliberative stewards of the public purse. I have some sobering news. It's now up to you to uphold the dignity and decorum of this institution. It's now up to you to ensure that those who view our proceedings from afar will have the enduring respect for what is done here. This duty would normally fall to the more seasoned members of this body, particularly those who have been entrusted with leadership positions. One would assume that they would feel it their obligation to be guardians of the reputation and the dignity of the people's house. But this is not the case. For whatever reason, those who have been chosen to lead have chosen not to lead on this issue. While the Department of Justice investigations swirl around us, while some of our former members sit in federal prison, we have opted for business as usual, insisting that campaign contributions do not constitute financial interest, whistling past the Justice Department as we go. Those who have been entrusted in leadership positions may tell you that securing no-bid contracts, even for those who give you campaign contributions, is simply an exercise of your Article I authority under the Constitution. But you know better than that. When the President stood in this body 1 week ago and called for an end to no-bid contracts, he received a standing ovation. We all stood and cheered. But the very next day we passed legislation that provided thousands of no-bid contracts, including several to clients of the PMA Group, a lobbying firm currently under investigation by the Department of Justice. So here we are. A privileged resolution has been offered that would ask the House Ethics Committee to investigate earmarks and campaign contributions related to the PMA Group. We will vote on that resolution on Thursday. This resolution, or something similar to it, will eventually pass. We will eventually come to understand that it is beneath the dignity of this institution to continue to sweep this issue under the rug and pretend that no one will notice. It simply isn't right to give no-bid contracts to those who give us campaign contributions. I believe that the overwhelming majority of this body understands that, regardless of what our leaders may tell us. I think that an overwhelming majority of this body knows that we need a higher standard than we currently employ. Madam Speaker, we owe this institution far more than we are giving it. Let us vote for this privileged resolution and give it the respect it deserves. I yield back.
The gentleman yields back.